Hi guys, welcome to this new weekly community show. I hope you're all doing well, and I want to thanks to all of you that are leaving kind and nice comments and like to our video. I really do appreciate this for the team and for my work, and I hope you enjoy yourself and you will have fun with this episode. So today we will be speaking about the patch notes. Obviously there's a lot of feedback and the World Breaker event. How did that happen? And I do have a little surprise for you that I will show you later. Ishabu have found the Ember fragments. So the Ember fragments are used for crafting. They are precious. So I always suggest to the people that are in my groups that everyone need on those, unless you're really not a crafter and you really don't want it and are not interested to exchange them with player or sell them to other player. At the moment there's not really an economy between player because players are generally helping each other for free, and or sometimes they exchange things, but you don't really have anyone selling stuff so far, or at least I've never been witnessing that. Therefore it's a little bit bad for us developers to really test out the economy of the game because there is none, and I suppose that at launch people will behave in different way, but for players it's also difficult to start to sell things if no one else is doing it. So I'm not really sure how that will go in future. In any case, I really suggest the member of my groups to need on those flux because they are really good for crafting. And if you want to craft yourself an equipment or give it to a crafter to make an equipment for you, it's really nice. So yeah, in general everyone need on those, but in case you're not sure, ask your group before. Shall everyone greet? Shall everyone need? So you know a little bit what is the etiquette of the group. How the etiquettes related to loot happen in the game so far, what I've observed among groups and among people, and the general consensus is you need what you need, and what you don't need, meaning what could be used for your alts or what you could sell, everyone is greeting that. So in case you're not understanding what I'm talking about, in Embers Adrift we do have a need or greed or past system for the loot. This is how it worked for World of Warcraft Classic, so you may be familiar with that. Otherwise there's not a lot of games that have still that actively because usually you have personal loot, so everyone will loot a mob and everyone will receive something. But here we're old school on that regard, therefore you will have a series of loot and one person will get it, so it's shared among the group. And so you do need to have a nice behavior, because if you're the kind of player that is needing on everything, including what's not for your class, what you don't really need, etc., you will probably not having a lot of friends. So it's important to know a little bit what's the etiquette during your group or in the community as a whole, to be sure that you're not doing by mistake some behavior that could be reproached to you later and make you feel like you're a ninja looter, which you might not want to be. It's just you don't know how it works. So there it is. CNN is asking, is there any advantage to me having a lantern instead of a torch, or it's just to look different? It just look different. You could prefer the lighting of the lantern, or you could prefer the lighting of a torch. I rarely update to a torch because I prefer... No, I rarely take a lantern because I prefer the torch. The lantern is lighting up a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more bright, but I like it less. But this is very personal, and so it's up to you. If you don't want to use the money and purchase the lantern before to know if you like the lantern, try to see if another player have a lantern so he can show you, and you can maybe make a comparison between one or the other. Timoka is asking, will there be an auction house or anything like that in game later on? No, not for now. This is something we may consider, so it's not a hard no. But what we want is to try the economy of the game with player trading without any auction house, may it be limited or global. That being said, we had not the occasion of testing the economy, as I said a little earlier, because players are not selling things at the moment. They're offering services, exchanging items, or just giving them away most of the time. So you don't really see what the economy truly could be. It's a little bit difficult to know. But that's the first idea we want, and so we will be launching the game with player trades. But if it's really not working out as we wish, then we might consider a solution, and that solution will be decided at that time. It will most likely be a local auction house rather than a global auction house too. So that's what I will expect. We had Berry, yeah! Yeah, nice. We had Berry is one of our long-term tester. When I say don't trust Berry, that's the person I'm talking about. So, very nice, but don't follow him. Like, so, my advice. If he tells you know a secret chest, I mean, you do what you want, but I would recommend maybe not. No, it's our, to be honest, we had very specialized into testing all of the bug you have in the decor, and so very often it's blocked into a rock or something like that. But we need him because, you know, we have to work on those kind of things, so not other players are being blocked. So it's a specialty is to find the ways where it's not supposed to go, and the secret shortcuts and all that kind of things. But it happens often that the group follow Wyatt Berry and then they are stuck somewhere, and then the GM need to get them out. Okay, Bebe Bnui is saying, do we only get to pick up one role for each character? Yes, it doesn't work like Final Fantasy XIV, so you have one character and you will be one role and one class on it. You can forget your class and learn another class if you prefer, but that requires you some investment, so meaning you will lose your progress. And depending if you have leveled up a lot or not, it's a lot of progress or not. So how it works exactly, let's imagine that at level 30 you decide you do not like Sentinel and you would prefer to be a duelist. You can forget Sentinel, but then you will stay supporter level 30, but you will become duelist level 6. And therefore, to unlock your spells and abilities, you will have to relevel. That being said, as your supporter level 30, you're most likely doing level 30 content, therefore you will catch up on experience pretty fast. So it's a way for us to ensure that you're not swapping in and out class on the fly, like you will have the dual specialization in World of Warcraft or different job in Final Fantasy XIV. We want you to commit to your class, and if you decide to forget it, it's also a commitment, and therefore you have to relevel it. So that's the reason why we have chosen that route, rather a more flexible system. So you have 3 character slots. And you can have 3 characters. We have 3 roles, so maybe you want one of each, but maybe you want the 3 supporter as well, or the 3 tank. That's up to you, obviously. So yeah, my suggestion, Bibi Nui, if you want to test out different class before to really commit to it, it's change just around level 6, between 6 and 10, you can change and forget. It will be relatively easy for you to test it out. We have done this system with that in mind, that player might want to switch in and out to test things around level 6 and before 10. So that's probably the smartest things to do if you're still hesitating and want to check out everything. Otherwise, you of course have the Discord server with the role category where you can discuss in depth the different class and see if you really want to commit to that one. Hello, Damian Scott. There are also a full list of what every class and specialization skill does on the forum. I think it's fairly updated. Yes, that's very true as well. Thank you for mentioning it. Patch note for the August 17th. What's new? Aha! What's new this week? The World Breaker 2 event provided a cornucopia of bugs, crashes and performance metric for us to work with, not to mention feedback, tons of fantastic feedback. Thank you all for taking the time to respond and share your experiences. This week bring a number of design change, quest update and smaller bug fix. I personally have spent the last 2 days digging deep into performance issue associated with building a humanoid character. There's a lot of issues that need to be fixed to alleviate some of the CPU overhead, and it's going to take a bit of time to sort through it all. However, I'm confident that we can make significant improvement here to reduce load in time and crashes for situations where there are many humanoids involved. I enabled something called deprofiling on the server for this evening. Wait, okay, that was done this Wednesday's test. So a little word regarding this, and that's the first feedback we can give about the World Breaker event. Did we break the server? No, we didn't break the server, and the server were holding tight. However, we had a lot of performance issues. And for some player, I guess those performance issues were quite dramatic. Hopefully no computer exploded, but some player really didn't have the possibility to play the game until the event was a little bit further, and we had less concentrated player, which is not a good sign, but that's why we are doing those tests. Obviously, it's to collect data so we can improve the performance. There had been several things and several change, including graphical change during the last week, some improvement to the vegetation and stuff like that. So there was a lot of material to work with and a lot of reason that could cause those type of problem. So the performance were really not good, we can say in general, for such an event. So that was a little bit disappointing. I'm very sorry for all of the players that crashed, that had really bad frame, that had their computer overheating and that could not play the game until the population were spreading out. But we are collecting a lot of data regarding this, and now Undone is working on it and is working really hard on it. And it's quite the task. So it will probably take a few weeks before it's all fixed, obviously. But I hope we can get that through very fast. Alright, so if you want to read the full list of bugs and feedback and improvement, I suggest you to read the thread or watch Alice Blue video. She's back and her YouTube channel is active again. So check her out, her video, and give her a like, that will be nice. But what's very interesting, the new quest, Missing Apprentice, had been added. Nice! Another thing that we have been working on is the new dungeon. So we receive a lot of feedback related to the new dungeon, and the new dungeon had too much population of chevron tree creature, etc. And of course enough problems, so the passing that the mob were using were problematic sometimes. That was a well-known issue, and Don have said that he will have to clean it up, but that has been done this week, at least partially, but it's a work in progress. The new dungeon will have to be tested intensively, and as it's pretty difficult, no one has been very far into that dungeon, and I don't think it has been explored fully yet. So if you want to do something useful this weekend and you are past level 10, I will recommend you to try out the new dungeon. Make a group and explore. We need your feedback. Okay, let's see what we have as new stuff. New stuff, humanoid optimization. Ah, that's important. This past weekend gave us a ton of great info on crashes and general performance bottleneck. One area which was causing a lot of performance issue is our memory overhead, which seems to grow with the number of humanoids visible on screen. When we build a human character, we merge textures that use the same material into an atlas in order to reduce the number of draw calls required. One drawback of this method, however, is that each humanoid now requires an unique atlas residing in memory at any given time. And as you can imagine, the more humanoid you have, the more memory required. Previously, we had reduced the atlas resolution, which reduced the memory footprint on far away character, but any character within the closest distance band, which is roughly 30 meters, was rendering at full res. This week, we're getting a bit aggressive in how we handle atlas resolution scaling. Now only the 5 closest humanoids will render at full res, the next 5 will render at half res, and the next 5 will render at quarter, etc. This still only applies to humanoids within the closest distance band, as anything outside of that range will render at a significantly reduced resolution. Note that there are few bugs that have been plaguing me for ages, causing the distance bands to not properly update, so you may run into a few humanoids up close with complete potato texturing. Please let me know how frequently this occurs. So we are working on solution like I was saying previously, so your feedback on those solutions specifically is very welcome and important, especially that this time, as we are not in the World Breaker event anymore, we will not have 100 players in the same zone anymore. So work in progress, I recommend you to check this thread if you want to know everything we are working on, everything that is currently worked on, and everything that has been done recently. This is updated week to week by Undone, and this is roughly the roadmap for the game up to release. So we have been talking about it 2 episodes ago in depth. But if you have not received those information, I suggest you to check out that thread. I'm going to give you a link here. And of course, there is a link to everything I'm talking about in the information below if you're watching this on YouTube. So the World Breaker event. What do you say, guys, about seeing a little compilation of clips from different streamers that I've prepared for you?
If you come and hang out over here, Elloa is like actively asking people if they want goodies.
Okay, I'll come.
I don't want you to be left out of that.
Yeah, I tried, but I also don't like pestering people, so I wasn't gonna be like, hey, lady!
Hey, lady! give me my goodies!
So I was just like, hey, well, she didn't answer, so I left, came back a little later, hell!
And so, Stargoal, I will have to follow you, because you know where your bag is. You will have a little arrow. You will have a little arrow on your portrait that will indicate you in which direction you need to seek for your bag.
Like, you can orient yourself if you look at the sky. There's like a planet that's always north, and then you can find your way there. It's this way, guys.
I just wanted to get this mine.
Okay. And now once you're close enough, then you can look at the arrow on your image, and that will point to the players.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you can have a rock there as a merchant. I don't care.
Yeah. In the end, it doesn't matter. You only go there to sell your shit and buy shit. So.
That's the next iteration. It's all rock merchants.
Just draw a bunch of rocks and draw little smiley faces on them.
You can change. You can be whoever you want to be.
Including the dinosaur, right?
Yeah, I was just scrolling to see if it's still in there.
Is the one random dinosaur still in there?
It is, yep. Oh, Sprout, you can change your portrait by right-clicking on your portrait and changing it to whatever you want.
Oh, really? Oh, whoa,
There's even
nice.
a dinosaur on the list.
But I want to be me. Is there like a fat bearded guy?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
There's probably a dwarf in there someplace.
I don't know. I'll change it to this one for right now. Look at him.
Trying to figure out what class I should play. Right now, I'm just a supporter.
Excellent. Listen, a bit of a task that requires some discretion, possibly some muscle. Guards seem capable of handling themselves. What do you need me for? Well, the other guards don't know about this, hence the discretion bit. Can I assist you? I hope this buys you. He just actually gave us our...
The guard hastily look around to see if anyone is listening, then slip a few coins into your hands. I hope this buys your silence. Oh my god, what am I doing?
Or I don't know if it's October. It was October on
It's September
Tuesday morning.
23.
Oh, okay, never mind. It was September.
I'm enjoying the light. With the sunlight, I can see again. I don't feel like I'm in one of my survival games. Green Hell, Ark, 7 Days to Die.
If it's just one, it's fine.
Yep. Here it is.
Might be extremely hard though.
Oh, he's got a fan.
Okay, run.
Alright, shall we just run back to town?
Yeah.
Really? It's the spiders all over again, but wolves.
They're pack animals.
Okay, so the thing that I didn't want to spoil for you guys was the fact that dungeons are very dangerous, and we need to have one person doing the pulling.
I pulled.
I'm dead.
It didn't so. No! Oh no! Look at that. What an adventure, seriously.
Alright.
3 ships.
Well,
that's a run.
Sleep one and run.
Yeah, that's a run. Let's go. Let's go.
A lot of us are snared. Just try to get away. Do you guys want to push deeper into here, or do you want to go do the exile camp?
Oh, exile camp.
Whatever.
Oh, sap first. I think this dungeon could turn into like a multi-hour excursion. Probably don't have the brain power for that.
Well, we saw red stuff too, so we know that we can come back.
Well, there's
also other entrances to this dungeon that we can find.
It's very, very slow. Very slow and tactical combat. But it has some cool ideas going for it. So I'm really hoping it will do well. The development team seems very very passionate about their project. So I hope it takes off. But the problem with games like this is it needs a lot of people for it to sort of work. And I don't know if a lot of people will be interested in something like this.
There it is. I hope you enjoyed this little compilation of clips and like Ash Beyond Gaming concluded, and I find it was a nice conclusion. Yes, it's true that Embers Adrift is a game that's really fun if there is player to play it, if you can easily find a group. That's why we are going to work on events to invite guild and community to try out our game together, and you will have news about that event very soon. I want to do a big shout out to the guild. Now I don't remember the name. Illegitimus, thank you. I don't know why I don't remember that name. Illegitimus, a big shout out to Illegitimus for joining the test with their friends, organizing group, etc. It was really nice to see you testing the game around, and we want to see more guild and more community testing our game and saying what they think about it. Because Embers Adrift, like we have been saying many times, it's a game to have an adventure with friends. With new friends or old friends, it doesn't matter, but we need to bring a lot of friends. Otherwise, the game is not as shining and as fun. The purpose of Embers Adrift is to have those adventures together. It's not the best game for soloing. Of course, you can solo. You can have your fun soloing. There's certainly plenty of players that really like it because we have a very chill game. It's relaxed. You can also challenge yourself with our tactical combat. But the game truly shines when you play in group settings. And there will be people that will maybe prefer another MMORPG that's more solo friendly than Embers Adrift because they don't find a group. So, if you have communities, if you have big guilds, if you know them, poke me, tell me about them. I will start to gather guild names and contact them for this event that we are preparing for communities. So, another little word related to the compilation. I see someone saying it was rigged. Like, if I have forgotten anyone that were streaming Embers Adrift, either it's because the video was not flagged Embers Adrift and it was flagged a different game. That's a possibility, or because your clip were not allowed. And when there's a streamer that make it impossible to pick up a clip, I respect that, and I'm not cheating away in recording their stream anyway. It has been the case for some streamer, and so I've let it that way, and they are not featured in the stream because of that. And I think they want to keep the control over the image, and I respect that absolutely. Alright, before to start to open the giveaway, I would like to give some more word related to the Wall Breaker event. So we had a lot of participation in the Wall Breaker event. We had also a lot of feedback. Some feedback were not positive, some feedback were really positive. We saw different things that can be improved, different things that can be thought about. So it was overall, regardless of the negative or the positive feedback, it was extremely interesting for us because we have a lot of material to work on in the future weeks or months. So yeah, we need to be strong, be resolved, and work even harder to make this game the game it really deserves to be. So what I personally have experienced was very fun. I really enjoyed myself. I had a lot of fun playing with group. I've tried to make everyone feel welcome and to answer as many questions as possible. I'm very happy. A lot of our alpha and beta tester have been really working hard as well to welcome other players, organize group, offer food and other consumable, set up groups, answer questions. So I've observed really our alpha and beta community take well care of the new players. I think there are some new players that kind of fall in love with the game, so that was really pleasant to hear as well. And some people seems to have a lot of fun together. But there's also some people that had performance problem that could not enjoy the game, and some people that really didn't dig the game either. So that makes sense. Embers Adrift is not going to be a game for everyone. We are very well aware of that. Some people will find our combat boring or will not really find a purpose. It's too slow for them, and that makes sense. And that's not a problem for us. However, there's some negative feedback that are more indicative of space where we can do some improvement. So that's where we are focusing on. We're not trying to make a game for everyone, but we want that the game we are trying to make is the best as possible. So a lot of work ahead for our team. I will also probably create a post on the forum where I ask everyone their feedback, and then I will be speaking about it in the next episode. There it is. That's all for today. Yeah, I know. Spiders. And that was not me breaking the stun. I hope the sound is still good, guys. We're going below. Ooh, a mire. Nice. I love how they die. It's like plop. So cool. And thank you for your answer. King Spider is going to be here on us, of course. Ah, another one. So the hulking spider is the one that's kind of protect itself with hardened, so you cannot. Well, yeah, you can, but it's pointless to use special abilities because now you can use special abilities. Ooh. So the people that are... What are they? Are they needing? Yeah, everyone is needing on the Ember Flux. Next time I don't skip. I need to. No. Uh-oh. Okay. That's bad. That's very bad. Let's see if we can make it. We have a second tank here. I start to have my arm, which is flaring. They need on flux, and since you can equip everything else is great. Yeah, okay. I usually suggest to everyone to need on flux. It's just that with my previous group I was skipping to leave them more chance to have it. Because they were newbie player. And I wanted, but they're not newbie players, so I don't care. We can compete, friendly competition. It's a okay. There we go. Damn, there's so much stuff for a marshal. Like there's some regions that are easier to get than some other. It feels like. This I need to change the title, so new dungeon in Embers Adrift, because I'm not initiating new player. I don't want to be insultive. Hey Cypher Wolf, hello. Really? Because I Marshall, well, it's maybe because it's the one I'm saving for my alt and the one I'm not playing. I have the feeling I have plenty of them. Plenty all the time, constantly. I'm like, oh, really? Or maybe I'm hanging out in the place for that are good for Marshall, I don't know. Or it might be typical when you're not Marshall to have plenty of Marshall stuff, and when you're Marshall, you're like, ah, can I have it? What I have a lot of difficulty to stumble upon is the brigand stuff. I find the brigand sleeping dose to be hard to stumble upon. Very often the rats are not giving that for some reason. They prefer give the whiskers instead of very delicious sleeping dose. And I need some stamina, damn it. That's we are there? Or it's another place that look like that one. Like, I'm wondering if we will be getting out by the Embers Adrift, basically. Shit. Shit, leave me alone. Okay. Oh, come on! Didn't I have the time to... Thank you. Brigand is the best class of the region, are rare. Yeah, maybe. Oops. Shit. This. Fuck you, Mario. Thanks again. Horrible Mar. There we go. No, I don't like the mire. Leave me alone. Yeah, that's a lot of life less. Damn. 77% of being 17, guys. Yeah. Then at the moment I'm 17, I can almost do every content in Middleland, I think. And I could even decide to go to dry food if I wanted. What's that? Really don't have stone anymore. Everything had been killed? Ooh. Shumpi is a nice name for a player. What does it mean? I don't know what's the if it's a reference to someone. Ooh. Those dungeons are kind of crazy too. Like, they're very big. And I will never remember the way. I know what's the name. I know it's called Champy, but I don't know what it means. If it's a reference to something. Going to have to rest again. Where's everyone? Oh, here. Stu! Chompy! Come from the verb chomp, to bite. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. Didn't realize about that. Thank you very much. Ah, so many spiders everywhere. I was wondering if it was a reference to a character of some sort in a, I don't know, in some pop culture, because I'm usually having very bad knowledge of pop culture, so I miss out a lot of reference, which is why I'm asking. I need something to give me more stamina. Like, there's really nothing for me here. Well, except that I got this magnificent thing that we'll never be able to wear. I'm going to try it just for fun later. So we have a little light bug over here. It's not the first time we have this type of bug. It's obviously not supposed to happen. I'm starting to be a little tired, to be fair. Which is why maybe I sound a bit more tired. Guess what? I am tired. I will probably be... I don't know. Maybe a little less present the next weekend. I don't know. If we do... Maybe I will do more real life stuff. Yeah, it's getting late. It is 1 for me. 1 a.m. But it's pleasant to have a bit of light. So here we need to be at the bottom of the dungeon. In the spider wing. That's where they come from, all of them are. Sorry for the yawning. I'm kind of excited to do this boss. Yeah, you see, 9 hours. I've been doing very long stream this week. I will check my stat later. See how it goes. It was my very long streams. Oh shit. Okay. I really love how they're... They look awesome. Those blob. Ron is saying, okay, there's definitively something different about the game today. Screenshot and no one dies. Suspicious. Maybe I was unlucky yesterday. Or maybe it's just you, Ran, which is very bad. Have you never think about that? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, it's not true. No, Ran, you are excellent. Alright. There it is. Come on. But stop to be on my face. Look at that. There was too much. Too much people. You jinxed me. Run, what have you done? The both tank are dead now. Facing target. You're not on me, huh? You're sleeping. Okay. Well. No. Oh, look at that. Oh. Are we reappearing at the exile entrance? And voila, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Do remember to check the information box to have every link towards the thread I've been speaking about today, as well as the streamers I've been speaking about today. You take care of yourself. I hope to see you in the next episode. Remember that you can see talkshow live on Twitch TV. It's the Friday at 6 p.m. Central Europe time or 11 a.m. Central American time. But meanwhile, I wish you a very, very, very good day. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.